Those two guys are saying that we don't say grand year.
Right.
Elections might have a traitor.
Evening all. Good evening and welcome back after the summer recess. I say, can we have all the rest, please?
You need a gavel.
I've got one at home actually. Yeah, welcome back to the next session after the summer recess. Hope you had a lovely time. And we start off the proceedings with to elect the Vice Chair of the Parish Council for the ensuing year and declaration of acceptance. It is sorry to lose Jane. She was an extremely active member and she will be greatly missed. And I'm sure I can speak on behalf of the council that I'd like to thank her for all the work that she put in. So, moving on rapidly, do I have any nominations for the to stand for the next the Vice Chair for the ensuing year?
You're allowed to nominate yourself?
No.
What about you?
Yeah, that's you're nominating Kieran?
Yes.
Thank you, Neil. Do I have a seconder? Thank you, Paul. All those in favour? You suck your hand up bloody quick. Kieran, would you like to come and take your place?
You were the most qualified person.
If you can sign the declaration to the meeting.
You don't do anything until you sign that.
No.
I'll take your time.
That's yours.
I'd have shouted if I wasn't. Thank you all very much.
Take that. Sorry.
Like the splashpark.
Thank you all.
And welcome. Right. Thank you all for that. Apologies for absence.
David, Alan, Colin, Brian and Patrick.
Okay. Right. Those two troublemakers are here again. Public participation time. We do allow 15 minutes. Are there any members of the public that would like to participate or have anything to ask?
No, not
You've caught us off guard there. With all the defences up then. Declaration of interest for this meeting. Good.
Yes, the first tree application is at my house, so it's a pecuniary interest, and I'll leave the room when you get to that point.
Four.
My neighbour is putting in a planning application, 18 Common Lane, so...
You don't need to leave the room.
You don't need to leave the room.
Just know you're
We just know that you're
Yeah.
all the neighbour.
Unless it's a significant
Okay.
in your house.
Any others? No? Right, to confirm and sign the minutes of the full Parish Council meeting held on the 23rd of July 2024. Seems a little while away. If you, I'll assume that you have all read them, and if so, if there's no comments, can I have a proposer? Neil, seconder, Paul, all those in favour?
Yeah, do you want to
No matters arising. Right, on to planning applications and associated matters. 24-03152 ADV. Installation of one externally illuminated fascia sign on the northwestern facade at Dell's Manor Business Park Grove Road.
Yes.
Grove
Business
Road.
Park, Grove
Business
Road.
Road. Right. Comments, please, Debs.
So it is an illuminated fascia and it's quite high up, so we've got a possibility of conflict with the dark sky charter.
Agreed.
I couldn't see any description of the lumens, like the brightness, but it's very high up.
I did look at it and I couldn't see any height. I don't think it was, I think it's something in the region of 4 metres or 4 metres.
It's high up on the building, isn't it?
High.
Yeah.
The concern that I do agree with you on the, due to the fact the Parish Council have made a commitment to support darker skies. If there's any condition we could put on there that they did it or reduce the lighting of a night.
Can we reduce the hours?
I don't think, because it's an illuminated thing, I don't think you can reduce the hours. The idea is, of a night you're going to see it. So it is a case of having it dimmed down. I think that's the answer that we can have.
The only thing I was going to say, we did this with ones in the high street. We made it a condition they could only be on when the premises were open. Because that was the problem with the high street, so they were on all the time.
But I mean, if that's what the council feels,
May I ask a quick question, please?
go on.
Has anybody who's looked at this potential idea, concept, whatever the right word is, has there been any consultation with either the Police and Crime Commission or Cambridge Constabulary about the potential crime impacts for doing this policy? Because to me, it's a problematic.
Well, and the answer to your question is no, because if you look at the doctor's surgery, you've got the lights on there. I know it's gated off, but they would dim down. You don't have a lot of crime up the high street where there is certain lights on. And to be honest with you, they wouldn't get involved with it. They really wouldn't. It's not on their remit.
But also we did agree the policy and said we can't.
No, I respect that, but I'm just reiterating.
Can't go back.
No, I accept that. I'm just reiterating my long-standing concerns because I understand the environmental side of it, and obviously, but for me, the scales kind of tipped the other way a little bit. I'm sorry.
The thing is, it's on the top of their high-rise building, isn't it? And it's like their initials on the side of the building.
Right, yeah.
So it's just going. It's I mean, one of the problems is it's non-directional. Because normally with street lights, it's down, but it's non-directional, so it's going to be a 360. Is it 360? Don't know what it is in
that might
3D.
be quite 360 because it's
Well,
from the wall.
But
So
it's all the way around. It's non-directional, so that is definitely in conflict with our.
Well, the other option we could do is ask them to have it off from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m.
Yeah, I think that works, doesn't it? Because then we get the dark skies. They get there to light it up as much as they like.
So do we put that? Are we all agreed that we have that as a condition? That
Yeah.
I see you supporting, but
supporting, but with the condition that it is turned off between 10 p.m.
and 6
and
a.m.
6 a.m.
In following our dark sky charter,
Following, yeah.
or in agreement with.
All agreed? That's what we've got. Proposal seconded.
Oh, hold on. Right, who's proposed that? Sorry.
I'll propose
Go
that.
in, second.
Deb's seconded. All those in favour?
Yeah,
Against? Abstaining?
I'm going to abstain.
abstain, lovely.
I'm abstaining on the grounds of the environmental stuff. That stops it being an objection.
Right, fine. 2402-892 ADV. Installation of number 3 non-illuminating fascia signs in front of the rear entrance away of Ashwell Point, Janus Technology Baybourne Road. Comments, please.
No objection. It's just a coffee shop sign, isn't it?
That's what it really is. Yeah?
Oh, hang on.
My only question was whether do they need change of use to make it a coffee shop?
I think it's already.
No, I don't think they do because it's the new government policy now on. What is it? From.
If the answer's no, then that's good. Yeah.
I think we saw there's been plans going through. There's been a coffee shop there when they were doing all the. I think we've already.
Oh right, okay. I couldn't remember anything to do with this building because it's not a new thing, is that it's the,
And they refurbished them, and because we're having the thing with they're moving a tree and doing some gravel,
Okay.
like the
then I
fancy
might
gravel
agree.
and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Cool.
Okay, so you're proposing that, Debs?
Yeah.
Seconder, Neil, all those in favour?
Yeah.
Everybody. 24031144, single story and rear extension, rear roof light, garage to front with green roof, removal of porch and canopy, and alteration to fenestration at 18 Common Lane. Comments, please. I actually had a look at it and I was much as, it is a big building and everything, and it's taken up a huge amount of ground, but I can't find anything on material reasons why we can object to it. I understand your situation, but I know we can't. But yeah, on material reasons, there's nothing we can refuse it on.
Will it block the light to the next door's garden at all?
I don't think it
Because
will.
it's a single story, isn't it? But it's a pitched roof.
I didn't see any shadowing forecast on
There
the.
weren't any on there. I don't remember.
We could ask them to do a shadowing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to check.
yeah, just.
There's no impact of like rainwater coming off the roof and going onto the next door garden, just echoing what Deb said.
It's not an material reason.
No, I'm just trying to think.
The
out.
one that is could be shadowing actually.
I think
Yeah,
I
let's
agree.
just check
I'm inclined to agree with Deb on that.
To go back and ask for them to do a show.
Shadowing for the
Yeah, assessment, yeah.
That's a good point.
Proposal that, Deb?
Yes.
Seconder?
I'll
All,
second that.
all those in favour? One other.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. 24031514, installation of nitrogen tank at Dales Manor Business Park, the Business Park logo. Okay. Go on.
So the actual nitrogen storage seems fine, seems safe, they've gated it off, not a problem. I do worry about on the plans, they've got a huge big space for a future generator on the plan, directly in front of it on the car park. Although I don't know, that's not part of the planning commission, but
no.
it's just, it seems to have just appeared there.
Yeah, I mean, on the actual plan itself, as we got it, there's nothing you can, no reason to object.
No, but just as, can we know that it says future,
No,
so we can't object to that
That's
or
what's in
noise?
front of
no, so you have to, you can only apply or see what's in front of you. You cannot
Oh
make
no,
any
so
assumptions
yes,
about
I
the
think it's
future.
something we need to be aware of in the future. If they
Which something we can
Yeah.
note by,
Yeah.
as on our own behalf, that we can't mention.
No, it's
Well,
better.
presumably it means they would have to
They'd
apply.
have to put another
Yeah.
application.
Yeah.
And at that point, we can.
But that's
say it
us
as a-
saying we don't object to the
your support.
nitrogen means that we're not saying signing off the hazy shadow of a future
That will come back to
generator.
us.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that at all.
Alright, again, yeah, Deb, you
No.
proposing?
Yeah, no objection.
A seconder, please. Neil, all those in favour?
Yeah.
Right.
Come get me when you're done.
No.
Bad news.
Right, Dream, 240933 TTTA, T1 Sycamore Crown reduced height and spread by up to 2 metres and clear adjacent roof by 2 metres. Crown lift to 5.2 metres, T2 Sycamore, fell at High Street, fell at 95 High Street.
So there's two sycamores, aren't there,
yeah.
side by side. And he wants to lift one of them and get
And
fell
crown.
the other one.
Yeah.
So the other one's felled. But normally we say if you're going to chop down a tree, you replace it. But I did notice in his
He's got
application he says, I've got lots more trees around here.
Yeah, I mean, I
Personally,
personally,
it's sort of whole, isn't it?
It's gonna
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't have
we
a
can't
problem with
object to the lifting of the canopy one, but the second one.
I mean, there is an awful lot of trees around there.
Mm.
I mean, you can put in there that you want the tree replaced. It is.
But the thing is, when he put in the application, he was like, I don't need to replace this tree because I've got plenty of trees. So
It is quite true.
yeah.
I mean, personally speaking, I don't have a problem.
I don't have any issue.
Okay,
Right, so I'll propose no objection. Do I have a seconder? Paul, all those in favour? No vote, against or
I'll
abstaining?
abstain.
Okay, let's go with
One
it.
no vote. Can you just
Abstain.
Yours,
Yeah, one,
yeah.
one, yeah. Like you return, sir? Right. 240973 TTC. A. Times 2 beech trees cut down to stumps 30 centimetres from ground level. Also seeking permission to plant 3 small silver birch trees at 5 Mill Lane. That sounds good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
we've had it
asked about
Three
it before.
times now.
They don't need permission to plant new trees, but it's good to know that they are. I
Yeah.
think from the photos, from the discussions we've had about it before and it not being visible from the street,
Yeah.
I propose no objection.
Okay. Any other comments? Myself, we've got a proposal. Do we have a seconder, please? Debs, all those in favour?
Yep.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Cool. Well, she's too odd. Right, accounts of the month of July and August. I take it that everybody has looked at them. If there's no issues in there, can I have a proposal?
I don't have an issue, but I've got a question.
Go.
The electrical work, you said that there was remedial work.
Yes.
Is that was just wear and tear, or is that something we need to watch out for?
Oh no, it was at Linton Way, something to do with the fuse. So I
Okay.
just we got him to do it, that he's passed all the electrical.
Brilliant. Thank you.
So they're all done now, not due till 2027.
Okay.
Whenever lives away falls.
Right. That matter aside. Do I have a proposer? Ian, seconder, Kieran, all those in favour? Planning decisions for July and August. I think that's really mainly for being noted that they were carried out. Update on Skatepark.
Yep.
Go
So
for
still working on it. I've been in contact with 4 companies. 3 companies, one company said that they wouldn't quote. 2 have already sent through the quote. I'm waiting for the 3rd because I met him last week with Will. So we're moving on with it. The only thing we need to do and be aware of is that we need to get a noise assessment done
Yeah.
and a biodiversity net gain assessment done.
Right.
2 of the companies said to me, I have to do it externally, so it's not something they provide, and we could spend up to 10 grand on it. So I need to now look into that and then take that into account, obviously, the money we've got when we're building the skate parks, obviously it's going to reduce it, which I've said to the people, the companies I've met, that obviously they're telling me we need to do these reports and we need to factor it in. So I'm hoping sort of within a month I'll have something more,
Sustained.
yes, that I can come to you and say, right, this is the cost for the assessments and these are the quotes for the skate park.
Okay. So basically, we're waiting for the feedback.
What for the quotes and for me to
Good.
get quotes.
For the biodiversity thing, can we just like put a little section to say it's a wildflower?
Well, that's what this is. I need to look into it first,
Okay.
yeah, because I haven't even. I got told this last week. There's
okay.
changing plans that
Okay.
now we need to do. I knew the noise assessment would have to do.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't actually necessarily have to be on site.
Doesn't have to be on
It could
site.
somewhere near.
Oh, okay.
So we could maybe,
just have to demonstrate that we've done something that offsets any loss.
We planted quite a few trees last year, didn't
I know. But I'll look into these 2 things and then At least then we'll know what we need to.
Do we need to do the noise assessment after we've decided which one we'd be going for?
Yeah, so I've spoken to other parish councils who have used these companies that are quoting, and they've tend to gone with the council agreeing which company to go with after looking at the quotes and things, and then there's like 3 designs for each one, and then doing that, and then once they've agreed that, then do the noise assessment. We don't need to do that first.
Makes sense.
But at least I need to obviously know how much it's going to cost so that we can factor it in, yeah.
Yeah. Although, I mean, if it was the difference
Oh.
between,
Yeah, if
you
it's,
know,
yeah, we're not going to not do it.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, if it was the difference between a good one and a less
Yes,
good one,
yeah.
we could find out.
So yeah, I just want to get some more idea of the cost and stuff.
So I was just thinking with the
I think
It's
the
really
gutter might be
overflow.
overflowing.
For the biodiversity, I think, is it just going to be like, this is mown lawn? And
Well, this is what I don't know yet, so I've not even looked
Yeah.
into it.
That's
so
fine,
I
I'll just get all the-
I'll get, and then, yeah,
Okay,
Well-
well, thank you so much.
Noting
get
the
in there.
noting the Bayburn Road petition regarding 300 people, whatever it is, with their preference, do we need to get some kind of statement just to confirm we're proceeding with this and this is the reason because this is what the funds
It
are?
is in the minute.
It's all very-
No, I appreciate that, but
Yeah.
does something need to go on the website, something potentially more visible than the current means, just to clarify the position, because the optics, I would suggest, could be a little bit clearer.
I think if they came to talk to,
Yeah, they're
someone
going
came
to
to
come
talk
to
to us,
meetings.
No, I respect
so
that,
there's
yeah.
no one-
No, I just want to,
That would be easier to do rather than-
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
explain it then.
yeah, no, I agree. I mean,
I mean, it's not the location also isn't the only issue that would make the splash park tricky, but it's certainly.
No, I mean, I agree with the splash park is all liability as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, it's not, it's not an agenda item, so we're not discussing it.
Okay, understood.
Have they submitted the petition yet, or is it still live?
As I said, it's
I
not
know
an
they haven't
agenda
come
item.
to us, so we're
Oh,
still-
okay, so we'll just
No,
wait
no.
until they submit it, and then that's when
No.
we'll discuss it.
Yeah,
Because-
and we haven't been asked to do anything, so I
Yeah.
can't comment or do anything
Yeah.
because we haven't been asked.
Yeah.
So until they actually come, they were
Well,
going to come to meetings, so
okay,
yeah.
in terms of the procedures, as a question, is it worth agendarising it for a future?
No.
future-
No,
Not
it's
until
never been
people
asked.
come.
I don't put stuff on the agenda unless it, people ask
We don't
for it.
put
I
something
can't
in
just
that, that's
make
not going to
stuff
happen,
up.
potentially
No,
not
I
happen.
respect the position, I asked the question you've asked,
Yeah.
thank you.
Right, so we're waiting for the feedback, what they're going to tell us about
Get
the
it to assessments and stuff,
biodiversity
and then
and
I'll have all the
the
quotes as well.
Okay.
We can move
Right.
forward with that.
to discuss solar panels at Spicer's Pavilion.
So this is just an update. We've now received the money, the funding from South Cams, which is good. I think I sent it to you all. There's just the price has gone up since we originally got the quotes, or Dave Dennis from Cricket got the quotes. So it's an extra £373, which obviously I need to bring to you to agree that. And they were asking for a 25% deposit as well at the beginning, which I want to get confirmed. So we've got the South Cams money. Once, if we agree this money, I can then write to the ECB to confirm that we're paying the extra, then they'll send me the money, then I'll have all the money and I can
And you
go
go on
over the
holiday.
order.
You go to Barbados again.
Yeah,
Outings.
yeah. Pretty good now.
Even,
Fact finding.
like this.
If no one else has any problems, I think we should go for it.
Excellent, so it's just really to agree with
Yeah.
the additional, so
Your
yeah.
proposal,
that's
I propose that.
Thank
Do you have a second up? Everybody. Paul time's up
Yeah.
first. All those in favour?
brilliant, I'll get that sorted.
To discuss new goals at Mill Lane.
So the goals we have at Mill Lane were kind of broken again. The wheels, we've had to replace the wheels again. So because the ground here isn't flat, when they drag the wheels out from the ground store onto the ground, because it's very bumpy, the wheels keep breaking and need repairing. We did get some new goals at Linton Way, I think it was a couple of years ago, which have a high clearance from the base to the top, and they swivel, so they can kind of go over anything. So the head groundskeeper has said that we are going to need to replace those goals sooner rather than later. Can we replace with these goals? And we do have the money in the budget for these. So the ones that are recommended for a pair of the goals is £4,899.99.
Sorry, how much was that? 4,000?
£4,899.99.
We obviously
Have
have
the jumpers down.
had the money in the.
But we do budget because we knew we were going to have to replace them at some point. It's just
Good.
Was it here where the goals partly belong to the clubs?
no. So yeah, when I spoke about that before, so Linton Way, we own 51% of the goals, and Salisbury United own 49% because they paid part of them. I didn't realise that was the kids' goals. So the goals here, we should, I think we should pay because we have different teams playing here. I think we should own them rather than.
But the Linton Way is only the children's goal.
Yeah, it's
The adult
got the adults
goals we
ones,
own.
yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you.
Spices ones, are they?
We are.
We own them all. It's just them kids' ones.
So,
Do we need to get 2 other quotes from different companies?
Oh, sorry, I've got quotes. So yes, very good
Oh,
point.
okay.
Thank you, Deborah. So these ones that we would like are for £899. Harrod, a set of the same goals, 6,524. Another set of freestanding goals, £5,931.60. Another company, same Porter goals, 6,015. And then Harrod Sport as another goals, but they're £3,799 each.
ooh,
So they are actually the cheap, well, out of all
Yeah.
of them, they are the,
That includes nets and everything else as well?
yeah,
supposedly.
yeah, and weights.
Do we have a warranty at all on them?
They will
I
have.
think I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah,
I think
fine.
I
I'll
should
just say that, yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know how long it is, but they will have a warranty on them,
I mean,
yeah.
we normally get a season out. Couple.
£4,000. I'll have a train driver and make golf
That's nice work.
So, on the basis of the first quote, I will propose that we go ahead. Do I have a second now? Ian, all those in favour?
Thank you.
Excellent. Right, to discuss the donation request from the lake. This is the annual one that we do support.
We do budget for it.
And we do budget for it, and is it 1,500?
1,500.
So are we all happy with that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so I'll propose, do we have a second? Neil, all those in favour? Thank you. Right, to discuss the donation request from Chalice Trust, sorry, not House. I'm assuming you have all read it, and they have received funds from other people, and if we show willing to support, they've got a much better chance of getting some funding from the South Cambs Council. I mean, they're asking
The
for.
only issue is this, because they're not actually asking for the amount. We normally say they have to
No.
specify how much.
So we've got two choices. We can either ask them to go back to them and ask them for to request for an amount, or we can agree an amount that we are prepared to give. Actually, I think it's better to go and ask them to request.
Well, I seem to remember there being.
We've done that before, it's
uh,
one of the points, yeah, we have to.
Okay, let's
Well,
Yeah.
probably, I think that's.
it's not too important then, isn't it?
I mean, I can obviously reply to say, yeah, we fully support it, which
But can
we
you-
do, but we do need a.
Support it in principle, but we need clarification on.
Yeah.
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 Happy with that?
Yeah.
To discuss bank account card.
Right, so when we changed or opened up the Unity Bank, Trust Bank, which is now our main bank account, they sent me a card which we use for, because we don't have petty cash anymore, we use it for post office, really for stamps and stuff. I didn't realise it was actually a credit card and not a debit card. So I tried to cancel it, and they wouldn't let me cancel it without it being in the minutes. So this is literally just to, in the minutes to say cancel it. So I've got a debit card with the co-op.
What's the debt on it?
Yeah, you see, yeah. I mean, we're only being charged £3 a month, but £3 a month.
So we've
But
got
it's
that
just,
£3.
I won't use it because of how we do the accounts and stuff. It's just, yeah.
Okay, so I propose that you cancel it
Thank you.
I'm happy to second that.
and do whatever,
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
credit card. All those in favour?
Yeah.
To discuss bank account signatories, obviously that's due to the fact that...
Right, so yeah, obviously as the vice chair has left, so again, I'm trying to change bank account signatories and that, and they won't let me do it unless it's in the minutes. So just to quickly run through them, the Santander account, it is removing Jane, adding Ian. Teachers' bank account, removing Jane, adding Ian. Cambridge and Counties and the Saffron Building Society, adding Ian, removing Jane. And the two building societies, we still have actually Mr Mallows on there. So I need to remove him and Jane and add Ian.
All happy with that?
Yeah. You just
I
propose.
propose that you go ahead with that. Do I have a second? Kieran? All those in favour?
Just paperwork, but
That's all it boils down to.
yeah.
But it's a case of...
At least I can get it
process.
done. Yeah.
To discuss Cambridge City sponsorship. I find this interesting.
I do.
I find it very interesting.
So do I.
Very, very interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, there are sports that we can sponsor. We are allowed to sponsor them. We have Joe has.
That's right. No, it's not here. It's the change. But it's all, it depends what you want, isn't it?
It all depends. Number one, do we want to sponsor Cambridge City Football Club? And number two, what we want to sponsor. If we do, what we want to sponsor. Kieran.
Well, I'll kick things off. I don't think we don't support any other commercial activity in the village. And you know, whilst we're supportive of them, and obviously if they came to us with something like, you know, would we, I don't know, support a road closure or you know whatever, we would help. But I think it's a line between the charities and the charitable endeavours we do put money into and a commercial organisation.
Yeah.
I would agree. Any other comment, Paul?
Kieran's kind of said most of what I was going to say. If we do it, it does create a very dangerous false precedent, in my opinion. You cannot cherry pick one sports club, however well intended that might be, and not do every single other one. So for me, it's better to have a blanket, proper policy, like Kieran said, and to me, it's you can't do it, it's thin in the wedge.
Any other comments? So,
You could always decide to like review it in 5 years' time.
Well,
Sorry.
I mean, I quite agree because it's commercial. Cambridge City is a commercial thing. It's not like a cricket club or Source United or nothing like that. So I would really not want us to get involved in sponsoring commercial stuff.
Yeah.
Other sports club, we might want to think out if it was Arsenal before, but I mean, to me, I would certainly say no.
yeah. So what?
Because it's a commercial.
Basically, what we're saying is, as a parish council, we don't support commercial activity.
I think that, and we don't need to put a date into review because as long as it's 6 months after this decision, we can always, we don't have to make anything to override.
So are you proposing that, yeah?
Happy to propose that we don't.
I will
decline
second
any
that.
offer.
All those in favour?
Yeah.
To discuss CC consultation and how we prioritise which roads, paths and public right-of-way are important for active travel. I don't know if you see it, but this is a big, there's a lot of consultations going out there, and this is one of them. I don't know if you want the council to actually make a response, or if it'd be better to come from individuals to make that response. It's very easy, you go online, you just put in your thoughts. They are doing, the one that I'm finding a bit more interesting is actually the bus consultation. And I think that will have a greater impact on Salton, because one thing we do seriously lack is public transport. So that's just my view. Paul?
I've signed up for the South Cambridgeshire consultation on the back of the email that Joe and Claire sent out earlier today, and I would strongly suggest or recommend that if anyone who's got availability that can attend, because touching on what Kevin said, Salisbury has historically been very badly served by the buses in my view. And ultimately I think everyone should have a say on the issue because Stagecoach has sourced them down very badly historically, particularly the old people in my opinion.
You must do even worse.
But just going back to the active travel, I think it will be better to do individuals rather than to try and make a parish thing, because it's asking for people who use active travel in some form or another, so it's better coming from
I'll
individuals.
email out tomorrow everyone's
Yeah.
not everyone's here and ask them.
Yeah, because the deadline's Monday, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I add an addendum to that or possibly hold it for the point about the A505 roundabout?
Hold
But
on.
that's,
Well,
well,
we'll get
it
to it.
refers to the
We'll get to
A505 roundabout.
To discuss the A505 roundabout.
I'm not thinking.
The issue is is it Hexton or Hickleton? Hickleton. Obviously, the Rotherham Trust development is having a big impact. Reading through the document, there's an awful lot of stuff that they've raised that I actually do totally agree with. And they haven't seriously considered what the potential could happen here. And I mean, it's starting up now. And what they're proposing doesn't actually solve the problem. If anything, it's going to create more of a problem. So, personally speaking, from my aspect, again, it'll go to the council and we'll go to the floor, but I think we should support that, join them and support them in their action.
Yeah, okay, the open letter approach.
We'll give them their support. Paul?
I'm inclined to agree with you having gone through it. I mean, I've had my toys out my pram on the A505 roundabout for years, and respectfully, I don't know, I'm going to forget from memory to what extent the proposed Whittlesford Parkway redevelopment was touched on within that. But the key thing is, if Whittlesford Parkway redevelopment goes ahead and they do put a multi-storey car park, as was originally proposed, some of you might recall, the A505 roundabout will only become more of a death trap, in my opinion, because the access roads in and out of Whittlesford Parkway are dangerous as hell as it stands. And critically, the other issue is there needs to be this crossing issue between the new business park with the Welcome Trust and access that should have been done years ago. And again, touching on the issue with the buses, just as a final point, access in and out of Whittlesford Parkway for people who don't drive has been non-existent, if not incredibly dangerous for years. So there's an awful lot of issues here about trying to make the A5 round better. I wish Brian was here as well, actually.
He's actually supporting.
I know he is, but it would have been good to try and get both perspectives. But the key thing is it's about trying to make a bad situation better, not a bad situation worse.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Paul.
I would like to know why Salisbury wasn't asked to go to the meeting.
Because that's a very good
As
question.
far as I know, we weren't invited.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you would have, if they had have asked us, I
I
would
mean,
have
I know that
sent it to you.
our parish doesn't adjoin the
I will check
505,
with
but,
them.
you know,
I don't recall any.
Is that because it's considered Whittlesford land or Pampersford land? Because that's what every time I rattled the cage about the railway station, I was told that it's Whittlesford and Pampersford land. So that might be the answer to your question.
well, the railway station is in Duxford, I think.
Yeah.
Certainly this side of it is in Duxford.
No, I agree.
Up to the red line. I mean, it seems strange for us to have been left
Yeah,
out.
normally if I get something through like that, it goes straight to you.
But
I will double check.
Are we generally in agreement that we will support them and it'd be nice to be invited to the meeting?
They might, but I will do it.
Is there a third thing that we could do in terms of asking Welcome to come in and talk to us?
I think that's
They've already done all that.
they've done all that.
Yes.
I think it's now a case of moving on. We could just attend whatever meetings they hold. And the way the picture that I'm getting from it is, it would be basically the chairs of those, and potentially the vice chairs of those councils that will go to those meetings, taking the views of each council to the meetings.
Would you be happy to invite any of us to send an email in with any thoughts or observations to go on that response?
Oh, we need to.
Well, the open letter response is basically us saying that we'll agree to collaborate with them. It's not actually agreeing any text yet, so
All right.
there'll be an opportunity
It will come back before it goes.
for us to contribute to the draft.
Because I don't think the Whittlesford Parkway staff have stated properly in their response. It could have been stronger.
So, I propose that we do,
We support and
Support.
then we'll get them, yeah.
and then we'll get all the information ready, collated in. Do I have a second up? Neil or Paul or whoever, all those in favour? Excellent, right, this is an interesting one. Joe, would you like to explain? To discuss the allotments.
Okay, a
Which
couple of
ones?
things with the R's.
Okay, sorry.
No, R's ones are on London Road.
That's what I didn't want to make the
So,
assumption.
yeah, so we have had a couple of complaints with regards to an allotment where it appears that the allotment is being used just to dump rabbit
Hutch.
Mess.
mess. I don't know what you call it, all the straw and stuff.
Droppings.
Well, all the straw and stuff. So obviously when they clean out the rabbit hutch, they seem to be dumping it on this piece of ground. So there's nothing growing on it. It's been like that for quite a few months. We've spoken to the
Yeah.
resident that's got the allotment, and he has now planted a couple of cabbages because we're saying we've got a waiting list of people that want allotments to grow stuff. So we're now sort of saying to him, you know, if we are checking it regularly, and if you're not growing stuff, then I'm afraid we probably need to take the allotment back. So now he's saying he wants to use it for manure, etc.
No.
We've had a look around, and there's a few allotments that have got manure plots or compost bins, etc. But I think we need to agree a size so that he can't pay £30 a year to have this land to get rid of all the rabbit stuff rather than taking it wherever.
So
Well, this lady came in today and we've spoken to her, and she said 2 metres square would be more than enough on a allotment plot. So we just want it to be agreed so that we can now go back to him and say, well, if you don't start growing stuff, we'll give it to someone.
Okay.
Who does?
Debs?
So rabbit droppings are really good compost and for growing stuff on. So I can understand why they're using it. I wonder if they're trying the no dig method where you basically cover a whole layer for like over winter and then in the spring you plant into it. But did they tell you what they were doing?
No. I get the intention there's nothing to be grown. There's just someone who lives nearby, so it's just handy to just chuck stuff from there. But like I say, other residents now who have allotments, and we have people that are on the waiting list. We just feel it's not being used as it should be.
Yeah, because we're approaching the winter time now, so...
We are looking into, we've got a big area that we need to clear, where the probation team are helping us do it, so that's the winter job. We're going to clear one of the sections where the skip normally goes, and we are now talking with the head groundskeeper and that about making a compost area so that a communal one, because we need to tidy up a bit, but that's another conversation.
Cool.
In the letters of appointment, do we have anything that says you've got to grow stuff in it?
Yes, I can't remember how we word it, but there is something in there.
Okay, cool. So we would.
Yeah,
We
which
would
is
be
why
able
we
to
check
do
it, and if they don't look like they're being maintained, we watch them as well.
That's the answer.
I was actually going to ask about the same question. Is there a lot of the cemetery rules? Is there
Yeah.
do we have an allotment policy rules or something?
Yeah.
Documented that?
I think there's two factors in here coming to, that's bringing to mind here. Debs?
So one thing about communal composting is it's going to be needed to be looked after.
Yeah.
Otherwise we're going to get, well, it
Then,
depends what they've
yeah,
got.
we have had a couple of allotment holders that have said they would, but I think when we get to that point,
Yeah.
we'll need to discuss it properly. At the moment, we just need to get the area cleared, which will take quite a while, I think, because there's a lot of stuff like that. But it's just, what do we do with this? Because now we've got to the point where we've said that if he doesn't sort of prove that he's growing stuff on it, then we won't renew his.
And he would, and to be honest, he would have, if he was going to grow, he would have grown stuff on it by now.
Has he?
Don't, I mean, because there's a much quicker and easier way of repairing a lot, and that's force again. And I know that, so I've done it. And you just double do.
You've got a problem with the, so I know it's fashionable, well, what I do the no dig method. So I go to the soil improver and just cover it that way. But
because I've done the double deck, back working.
Yeah.
So I think there's two issues. Number one is the fact that there's no sort of like evidence of him actually using it and growing stuff on it, and he's had it for a while to prove that. And the other one is the size of the compost. I think we need to have it in our T's and C's that you can have a compost down there, but it has to be within this size. And that way, if he wants to do his level, he can put it in the compost.
That's what I mean,
he
at
can
least then
compost
we
it
can
down, and then he can spread
monitor
it.
it, yeah.
I mean, sorry, can I?
Yeah.
So one thing I worry about is there's also another technique with a hay method where they just basically put a thick layer of hay and just directly plant into it, which seemed to a lot
But he's not
more.
planting anything, this is the thing,
Yeah.
he's not planting, he's using it.
So when does it come up? When does the
Well,
renewal?
it's October, all the things go out, so this is why I need to discuss it now, because it might be a case that we don't renew his allotment. And I think the problem is as well with the allotments is because we charge so little, it's cheaper to just use that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? As
Yeah.
opposed to doing something else, which I think is, yeah.
I was actually just going to ask Kieran, is there any T's and C's that John
Yeah.
Huntington has for their ones which might help us?
I don't know off the top of my head, but it's
No
worth.
chickens.
I know that Claire
Oh,
and
which they-
Trudy,
Yeah, Trudy.
I know they talk to each other to make sure that
It's
we're
got to
broadly-
be kept in good.
Oh, we've got that, and we do go round,
So
we've
you
already
could
gone
just
round.
say it's not being kept in good.
Yeah, and if we impose this 2x2 maximum on compost bins, are there any already on the site that would fall foul of that?
We don't think so, I think that's the largest, but we will, I think we need to check first,
Yeah, just so we don't.
so we don't sell that,
Yeah.
and then, yeah, check first.
Okay.
In which case, I propose that we write to. I don't know. Do we give them? Given we've only got a month, do we give them a month?
This is fine, this has been going on for months, so
He's
he's expecting something,
Okay.
because we've tried to explain it.
From my perspective is because we've got a huge waiting list, I would actually not renew.
Well, let's see what he does, if he can prove to us that I'm wondering whether because renewals are in October, can we agree that, I mean, is he going to do much in winter, do you plant much? Because I'm just thinking, can we just say, all right, we'll give him 6 months then, and if we're still not seeing any
Because there is
differences-
or how about when's the first plant? So you can grow like field beans and like mustard greens and stuff throughout the winter, but not many people do. But when's the first real planting? April?
You're preparing now, and you
Mind you,
follow
he
the
should have
first
stuff
February.
planted now, wouldn't
So you'd start your planting end of February. So you'll be roughly middle to end of February to March. You'll be put your.
So how about we give him a six month proof that he's working
Review
on
in
it,
6
and,
months.
and if he doesn't work it, then we've got every.
Because it's that time of year now that you're preparing anyway. So. Okay.
Okay, so Kieran's proposing that, are you adding that bit
Yeah,
within
yeah,
6
that'd be
months?
6 months.
Yeah, seconder?
I'll second that.
Vote.
All those in favour?
Other thing, excuse me, the other thing with the allotment is we've been asked again if we could have gated entrances. It would mean gated entrances, both fairlands, and the problem is there's a footpath that goes through it.
Right away.
Yeah. I mean, we've had this before, but to be honest, it's not.
I don't think.
I don't think it's whether it's good.
What do they want to-
Well, people walk through their dogs and stuff, but they're
Probably
yeah.
right away.
And
Yeah.
plus, people probably wouldn't take any notice, would they? But we've got signs and stuff up. But I said I would ask you a question.
I'm personally against gating it. I think we should have it open
Are
for
you
access.
proposing?
I'll propose. I'll make that as a
No,
proposal.
yeah.
That we won't gate it. We'll keep it open. Do I have a second? Paul, all those in favour?
And
Those
Joe,
against? Abstaining?
do we need to vote on the compost heap?
I think we need to vote.
Oh, I was going to do the do you want me? I was going to do Oh yeah, I don't want to do that, going to do that's separate, sorry, yeah.
Could we leave the compost heap and just see if there's any other issues with other plot holders? Because if it's just this one plot holder.
Shall I go and check the other stuff? Let me have a walk round, check all the others, see what other people have got compared to his size, and then I'll put on the next agenda, because it's just voting on that then, isn't it? Brilliant, thank you.
Right, I don't know if the council's agreeable to this, but 138 and 139 are pretty much the same. To discuss Pam's neighbourhood plan and to discuss Chiplow and Heathfield neighbourhood plan. Having gone through them, I don't see any issues with it. They're just a straightforward neighbourhood plan.
I was quite impressed with the Pamperston one. They
Yeah,
did a
they
really
worked
good
really
job.
hard. I think all did most of it, didn't she? Cool.
I was just going to make a distinction because obviously Pamperston adjoins us and is more important to us than Triplow and Heathfield. I wonder whether we should, make a more active support of the Pampersford one, but note.
Yeah.
We could, yes, yeah, you could say support Pampersford and no Triplow. I'm happy with that. You could propose that?
Yep.
And I'll second that. All those in favour? Right, to discuss hire charges for the fun fair and circus.
So in a previous meeting, I think it was, we discussed hire charges for the circus and fun fair, because we charge £57 a day, which doesn't cover a lot. Just to say, with the previous incident we had at Linton Way with the fun fair, we kept the deposit. So we were looking at making the charges more to kind of cover. And then I know that Councillor Brian Mills suggested we look at the insurance policy to investigate standalone policy. Well, there isn't a standalone policy for us as such. Any claim would need to be claimed back from their insurance, the Showman's Guild.
So they would have to prove that they got insurance.
Yeah, which I asked for them anyway.
Which we asked for anyway, so that...
So he said you could in theory insure the land that they are on for loss or damage, but that would cost an absolute huge amount and you probably wouldn't want it there anyway.
Yeah.
So, again, going back to the fix, so we've taken that into account, the fees. It's hard to compare it, but Sandy Town Council charge £128 a day and Saffron Walden charge £200 a day operating days and £75 a day for non-operating. I also spoke to their groundskeeper with Linton Way, and they normally come in May and we alternate circus with the fun fair. Ideally, because the ground, etc., he has said it would be better if they come June or July, because then it would be so much to turn around before football. So that's another thing to take into account.
I think the thing is because of the weather, we got burnt
Maze too.
on the fun fair.
Whereas both circus and fun fair both.
I think, to be honest, from my perspective, £50 odd a day is ridiculously low. I'm going by the figures that are here. I would suggest that we probably go to. Go on.
One thing is, have we put into that we can cancel if the ground's too wet? Because that was
there is, yeah.
Actually,
But you see, it
Well,
because
says no, it doesn't have.
but it's because of how the ground is. You think, it's fine, but then they bring the weight of their vehicles and that.
it squishes.
Even if we section parts of it off, it's still can do damage.
Paul?
Yeah, I agree with what Deb said, and I also agree with the point that the day rate charges are ridiculously too low. But respectfully, I think you're. I agree I agree with what Deb said, and also agree that the higher charges are ridiculously too low. But I think what's more important and paramount than even those issues, respectfully, is getting the wording checked on the deposits, if it hasn't already been rechecked, and I'm guessing it probably has, and the T's and C's rechecked, because critically, if we have an incident again like Linton Way,
They lose their deposit.
yeah, but
Well, it's in the
that's what I'm saying, but I think if you're going to check what the hire charges are, I think the deposit fee, if it can be higher, it needs to be higher. People need to be aware that if they rip up the grass, they are damn well going to have to pay to fix it again. Or, I mean, that's...
We can't, I mean, we can only charge a portion, we can't charge them what it's cost, because you're talking about £6,000.
Well, I'm talking about how can you phrase it in such a way where it's a percentage commensurate to that amount?
I don't think you can, it's really difficult. Because the problem that you got with it is, last year, unfortunately, this year, was an unfortunately wet year.
Yeah, but you have to factor in the situation of climate change. I don't think this year was a
This is why
one-off.
it's saying go later in the year.
I'm agreeing on that point.
That was harder, so I think we can certainly up the deposit, that's not a problem.
That's my point.
It's, how much we up, what do we charge deposit?
500.
500, so we could up the deposit to 1,000.
Is that the highest you think you can get away with?
I think you'll get it hard because they won't bother coming.
Even in Saffron Walden and Audley End with all
Yeah,
the
but
events
they
they
are town though, this is the thing as well, we are just...
You're talking about a population of 8,000 people, tops.
Well,
So a
so-
town of a population of 16,000. They can have a much more, they can have a bigger return.
I hear you, I do, but I'm saying, all I'm saying is can we make the security deposit respectively as high as possible? And if that figure's £1,000, then so be it.
I think the deposit we can go up to 1,000. I would recommend that we charge £150 a day,
Yeah.
active days, and for non-active days, £50.
Oh, what can't you go to 75? Or at least 100?
Do you want to go around the village and say that you're totally against having these people here?
No, I'm not, but I think at the end of the day, you've got to weigh
You've got to have a balance.
I agree with you, that's my point. You've got to have risk versus rewards.
But you're just putting
Well,
out...
you'll have to vote
I'm
against
risk
it.
averse.
If there's someone seconds this, you'll have to vote against it, because Kevin's made a proposal, £1,000 deposit, £150 a day when they're open, £50 non-active day, and to come in June, July. or
To come
is it
June,
June,
July.
Right, is anyone seconding that? If not, then we'll go with Paul.
Yes.
Yeah,
All those in favour?
you have to.
I'm compelled by your arrogance.
I was going to say, why did you vote against it?
No, because
Sorry, was that, did everyone?
Yeah,
everyone.
There's an old saying, you're cheering more in life with sugar than vinegar. Have you heard that?
Actually, you don't.
Right.
You're doing it right now.
Update the county council, update from district council, they have been circulated, so you can, if you've got any comments, please.
Just for the record,
Yeah.
we've only had the district council one.
Have we?
I only sent it through, county one I sent, Claire's gone through this afternoon.
I thought they were both the same.
ones.
This
Oh,
one,
that's the same one.
should send county, I'll resend it.
Okay.
Which one?
thanks,
Yeah.
No, it wasn't clear again.
But if you have any comments, please email our councillors. There is a thing that's come up about, I've had a member of the public actually ask me, they want to know, they actually want a breakdown of the child parking and how many hours they spend, how many hours does Sawson actually get, and how many bookings or fines does Sawson deliver. Believe it or not, it's disabled because we're not lost.
Yeah. Do you want me
just
to
need to
ask
ask
one?
Brian.
Do you want me, no, I'll ask Brian.
I'm not sure there's a link, but this person would have looked anyway, so I don't think there would have been a link.
Sorry.
Correspondence.
No.
Heading. Councillors' issues and agenda items for the next meeting. And here we go. All hold your, get ready. Oh,
I lost my train of thought now.
I'll come back to you. Neil. Paul.
The website,
Yes?
an update on that, please.
Yes, I know, I owe you a response to your email. Let's have an offline discussion about
Yeah,
how we can move
wonderful.
forward.
Good. Okay, anything else, Bob?
No?
Just the bus consultation, which we've already talked about.
So we can do that. Here.
Without wishing to complicate the skate park stroke any other park discussion, I was talking to a couple of people over the weekend. I don't know if any of you have seen the new playground at Shelford Rec. I mean, that's really, really good. I mean, it's an alternative to spending the S106 money on that rather than the skate park if that's going to be too expensive.
Oh no, we can, for the 106 money that's been allocated for it is enough. It'll only be a small one like at Linton, but
yeah, I mean, I was just,
but yeah.
it was a suggestion that if there's if that doesn't go ahead for whatever reason, then we can.
Yes, yeah.
Well, the problem is that we
But
specifically
specifically, it's got to stay there, but yeah.
and it's very good.
I just thought I'd mention it, get it down so people's heads, because it is quite a good part, and it's very, very busy every time you go down. There's lots of people.
But I think when we stood there, we met this guy last week. I think Linton Way is the perfect place to have it because of all the kids coming out of that park is absolutely rammed after school.
Yeah.
So all them kids coming out on their scooters and that, I think it would be very well used because I know the numbers are well used as well. So hopefully, yes, yeah. So anyway, hopefully have more than
Good.
Nothing, thank you.
It's just general note. I attended an event with Jane at the Child's House about there's this, I forget what it's called now, where you go in there, sit in an area, and it gives you a history and it's actually quite good. And the other one was Hondas asked me to do a tender raffle for to promote community awareness. And it's actually quite surprising how well they've done, what they've done in there, and it's really good in there. So it makes my walking even shorter now. Simple as that. I don't have anything at this precise moment in time. Have you had your train of thought?
I have. It came back on the rails. It got awarded 70 grand pay rise and was very happy about it. The train's happy now. No, just to mention, I met Darryl Preston at a social event during the recess period and obviously shared certain thoughts and opinions I had regarding policing issues for Sawston in a strictly personal capacity, as I was previously frightened into told to phrase scared to death to phrase it the right way. So I said my piece in the right way as a private individual.
Okay.
And in the final point, as pertains to in terms of next month's agenda, which will probably include Remembrance Day and Bonfire Night, I'm anticipating. Bearing in mind it's October and it's November.
I know, we've already agreed to vote
I know, just as a gentle reminder, I did do the car park last year.
Are you doing it this year?
No!
Well, volunteer. I like the way people volunteer. It's brilliant.
No, because all I did was deal with people complaining. No,
That's what you do, you're a parish
That's the
councillor.
whole thing. That's the job.
You're lucky I only do it once a year.
Yeah.
If I want to be popular in politics, I would join Brian's people.
Right. So that's no other issues. Unfortunately, gentlemen, it is that time. While they're clearing up, do I have a proposer? Kieran, do I have a second?